Hello, everybody. Welcome into the Bitcoin Made Simple podcast. In today's episode, I'm going to tell you the five things that you should not do now that Bitcoin is at an all-time high of $118,000. Top 5 things you should not do. And then I'll throw in one comedic one. Before we do that, before we get into it, I got to tell you about the BitBox O2 hardware wallet. That's where this hat came from. That's where this shirt came from. Get a BitBox O2 hardware wallet. It is the easiest, most simple to use hardware wallet. Store all your coins there, and you can go to bitbox.swiss/BitcoinMadeSimple. Use promo code BitcoinMadeSimple to get 5% off. Trust me, if an ape like me can do it, you can too. And they have some pretty cool merch too. So if you like this kind of stuff, go for it. Also, shout out to Barefoot Mining. Go to barefootmining.com where you can, if you are either looking for like-minded investors and energy providers who want to help secure the Bitcoin network. So if you're looking to get into Bitcoin mining, reach out to barefootmining.com. All right. So Bitcoin is at $118,000. $118,000. I just remember it was just like yesterday. Feels like it was just yesterday that it was at 18,000. We're like, come on, can it push through? Can it push through? And guess what? It did. And being on this ride for as long as I've been, and some of you have been on longer, and some of you have been on shorter, but if you've been on the ride at all, you'll start to pick up things that you should not do when Bitcoin hits an all-time high. So I'm going to go through that. All right, drum roll, please. Number 5 on the things that you should not do when Bitcoin's at its all-time high. Do not sell your Bitcoin. Don't. It might be tempting, but it's only up from here. Now, that being said, we don't know when or where, but it's only up from here. Because I can tell you as in moron that on multiple occasions in the past sold some Bitcoin at all-time highs. I would love to have not done that. Oh, I'd be sitting pretty if I didn't do that. But instead, oh God, I mean, it's like painful. I can't even think about. I'll tell you guys one specific example. I don't want to give specifics of when or the timing or anything like that. But I remember buying something like I think it was like 1.33 Bitcoin, just in like one swoop. 1.33 Bitcoin. Like, I don't know why that one popped into my head, but 1.33 Bitcoin. And then at a relative all-time high, I sold it, and I was like, oh, I made so much money on this. You want to know what 1.33 Bitcoin would be worth right now? It would be worth $156,000. $156,940. Oh my God. I didn't buy that whenever Bitcoin was like $10, I can assure you. But I can also assure you that it wasn't $118,000 whenever I bought it. So, that's a painful one. That one hurts. All right, there you go. There's your lesson. Do not sell your Bitcoin. Number 4 on the things of not to do whenever Bitcoin's at its all-time high. Do not take financial risks to acquire your Bitcoin. Maybe that's a loan. Maybe that's a credit card or cash that you cannot afford. And by the way, none of this is financial advice. This is just life advice for me. Take it from somebody who's been there. So I've never used a credit card to buy Bitcoin, but I know people who have. I know people that have used credit cards to buy Bitcoin whenever it was like, 12 months, 0% interest on the credit card. So why not? Well, when it goes down 50% in a year, that's why not. It always can crash. You have to be aware of that. So only put in what you can afford to lose. And you're not going to lose it all. If you're a Bitcoiner, you understand you're not going to lose it all. But the timeline might not be completely where you want it to be. It might not be happening as fast as you want. It might not be happening when you thought it would. So you have to just keep even keel. Don't play the short game. Play the long game. I did at one time use a little bit of debt to buy Bitcoin a long time ago. And it went down like 30% after that. So I took a little bit of a haircut there. And it took a while to recover. So it was not fun. And let me just put it this way. If you play the long game, you'll be fine in the long run. But if you're playing with a debt-based game, you are going to be sweating bullets. You're going to be having sleepless nights. That's the opposite of what Bitcoin should be doing for you. All right, number 3 on the list is you should get a BitBox02 hardware wallet. On top of that, though, number 3 on the list is do not make guarantees of how high it will go or when. I say this all the time, but Bitcoiners know that the price is going up forever, but we frequently are incorrect about the timing of it. And by frequently, I mean almost all the time. It's at $118,000 here in 2025. That's unbelievable. That also was something that we thought we were going to breeze past in 2021. So, there were people that thought by May of 2021, it was going to be at $300K. And we're $182,000 away from that. So don't make guarantees on the timeline. Don't make predictions, because guess what? You're just going to end up looking stupid. So when people ask you, just say it's going to go up. It will always go up forever in the long run. It might crash in the short term, but in the long haul, it will go up. And when they ask you when, just say. Number 2 on the things to not do at Bitcoin's all-time high of $118,000. Do not try to convince everyone you know to buy Bitcoin. Tell them one time. If they ask you about it again, tell them about it again. But don't become a salesman to them, because if it's going in 1 year, they're either going to be intrigued and want to know more and start learning, or they're going to brush it aside. They will brush it aside, and all you're going to end up doing is maybe getting them into something that they don't fully understand. Because it would probably be better for them to get into it understanding, like I said earlier, that it can go down, that it can crash, that you can lose your money, or, half of your quote unquote money. You can keep the same amount of Bitcoin, but the value might go up or down. It's better for them to understand that before they buy. However they want to learn that is up to them. It might come through you, but don't just keep going back to somebody saying, buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin. Trust me, buy Bitcoin, trust me, buy Bitcoin. Because I told people that before. I said, trust me, buy Bitcoin. It's going to go up. And guess what? It went down. So it might be all rosy from here on out. Who knows? The answer is nobody does. You don't know. Nobody knows. And number 1 on things to not do at the Bitcoin all-time high of $118,000, it would be do not call and reach out to everyone who ever doubted you and tell them to have fun staying poor. Although it might feel good. Although it might feel good to tell them all that you were right, they were wrong. Although it might feel good to tell them that they should have listened to you, it's not going to come off good. Just be humble. Stay humble and stack sats. I will tell you another thing, a bonus thing not to do would be to start a podcast, because I think we have enough of those. I'm kidding. If you have a good podcast, then please start one. But yeah, we have about 47,000. We almost have one podcast for every $1,000 that Bitcoin is worth. Honestly, I'm happy I do my podcast, but part of me is like, why did I start a podcast? Like, nobody needs my voice. I don't know. But if you want to do it, do it. That's just kind of a joke. The number 1 thing that you should do that Bitcoin is now that Bitcoin's at its all-time high of $118,000 is buy as much Bitcoin as you can afford to and keep stacking sats. put all those sats on an Bitbox O2 hardware wallet, and I will talk to you later.